Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry, I know I've kind of skipped a week or two in my posting schedule. I try to post about every other week or so, but recently I've been focusing a lot on my shop and trying to figure out some shipping issues and whatnot. But anyway, I'm getting back on track again, so today's just a chill video. You can see I'm coloring this illustration that's actually going to be part of a freebie. You can get it if you order from my shop in the month of August. So it's going to be a mini calendar for the month of September with this illustration on the back. And you'll see it at the end. I'm going to go ahead and print it out and cut it up in this video. So obviously I'm doing this in Procreate. And for some reason, I just decided to paint everything on one layer. I mean, the line work is a separate layer, but what I'm coloring here is all on the same layer. And I figured it would be fine, but I really should have solidified the background more before I did any of the foreground details. You would think I would know to do that after, making illustrations for this long, but oh well. I wanted this to be a piece that wasn't 100% fall vibes because September, at least where I'm from, which is Texas, still technically feels a bit like summer, except everyone is kind of pretending that it feels like it's getting cooler when it's not. We break out fall decor and start buying sweaters that we don't need until December or January. It's kind of a weird in between month. So I mean, not that it doesn't get cooler over here, it's very abrupt when it does. It's not a gradual change like it might be for other parts of the country. So, yeah. Maybe in my October freebie, which I'm going to do another calendar. I'm probably just going to do calendars for the rest of the year. But yeah, I'll make the October one a little more fall centric, I guess. And speaking of October, I have to bring this up because we are getting very close to October, at least in my book, because I am going to be participating in Inktober this year. And I say that because in the past few years, I haven't participated as much in it for a lot of reasons. And the last time I actually did the challenge seriously was in 2020. So I didn't actually finish it, but it was still really fun and I did get a good amount done. And I'm planning on doing it again. The thing is, I have to start planning my drawings and illustrations in September. So I do something sort of like, I guess, draw timber, I guess you could call it, where I draw all my Inktober illustrations in the month of September in preparation for Inktober. That way, that's all I have to worry about in October is just putting the ink on the paper and not coming up with an illustration. So I start in September, which is really only a few weeks away. So one thing that I'm trying to work out is how I'm going to post about it, because obviously there's Instagram, but we all know that that is not the best platform anymore for artists. And although this challenge originated on Instagram, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to commit to posting. It's just weird. It feels weird to do a challenge that was great in the time of Instagram where posts were the thing to do, because that's what you would do. You would finish your Inktober, you'd take a picture of it, and you would show your friends, this is my Inktober for today. And of course now it's turned into, now you make a video, a short video of yourself doing that. So I don't know. It's just going to be very different, I guess, this time around. And then on top of that, I've been obviously doing more YouTube because I've had a lot more, success in a community on YouTube than I have on Instagram recently. But obviously I can't do a YouTube video every single day, so I'm kind of trying to work out what that's going to look like, if I'm going to do weekly videos instead of every other week. But obviously, because it's a daily challenge, it fits better with the Instagram platform. But then the Instagram platform also doesn't even show my posts to most of my followers. So it's kind of a weird place to be right now. I don't know how Inktober is going to look like this year. I'm still going to post, and hopefully you guys will see those posts or watch my YouTube videos to keep up with me on the challenge. I did have an idea with the October calendar freebie to kind of make it like a coupon where for every day that I complete the Inktober challenge, you guys get like that much percent off of something from my shop. Like, say I finish the challenge, you guys get 31% off. Or I only finish like 27 days, then 27% off. Something like that. So if you guys like got the little calendar, you could keep track of my progress and in my Inktober challenge. Maybe that would keep you more engaged with it. One thing that I was thinking is like you guys might also be like, well, there's not much incentive for you to complete the challenge because you're giving more of a percentage discount off. Which, look, I don't really need much of incentive to do this challenge. I've been doing it a while and wanting to complete it. So I wouldn't worry about that. I want to complete the challenge. Maybe what I could do is make it like a minimum of 10% off if you got the calendar at least. So yeah, I don't know. That's something that I might implement and I might not. I'm kind of running low on time to figure that out. So it could be something that doesn't come around till like next year's Inktober. But we'll see. Okay, so this is the printed out version, and it's a little darker on camera than it actually is. But this is the back, and this is the calendar side. I did put a part of the illustration on that side as well. And I did already have a few cut out because I was filling orders. And one thing I forgot to do was add my signature to it, so I have to like handwrite them in. And I was just practicing on these. So look how cute. I really like the way they came out. This one, I rounded the corners, and I really liked the way it looked with the rounded corners on the calendar side, as you can see. Super cute. Ignore the washi tape. Like I said, I was practicing my signature and where to put it on each print. But yeah, on the back though, it looks a little awkward with the rounded corners because obviously there's a rectangle border for the illustration, and I like the way it looks better with the squared off corners for the illustration. So the only other option I had was to blow up the illustration so it didn't have a white border, and then I could just cut the corners, but I didn't really want to do that. So maybe next month in October, I'll do an illustration that's full bleed so I can have the rounded corners. But for now, we're just going to stick with the squared corners because I've already shipped a couple out. So we're just going to stick with that. So, like I said, in September, I'm going to be doing my drawings that will be for my Inktober illustrations. And I'm kind of trying to think of like sort of a theme to do. I don't actually follow the prompts that Inktober releases on Instagram. I just do my own thing. So I'm just going to keep it within a boundary of some sort of theme. And I'm going to come out and say this right now, just so y'all know, I do not love the Halloween spooky type of theme. And that's not going to be in any of my illustrations, really. Like, the closest thing to that would be Over the Garden Wall. That's the closest I'll get to any type of Halloween or spooky theme, because I love Over the Garden Wall. Anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking of maybe keeping it within like the fantasy realm of things. So it probably won't be anything like this cute little card here. It won't be like cute cats or anything. But anyway, that's what I have going on in September/October. I do want to try and have another shop update sometime in October, probably. And I'm going to release this cat print in the shop probably during that time. There's a part of me that kind of wants to do it earlier, but I don't know. We'll see. I think I'm just going to wait until October because I've kind of hit a few hiccups with Etsy. I know I haven't even had my shop very long and there's already problems, but regardless, I am going to release another shop update that is going to be entirely fall themed. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and do that for the next shop update. So I'm going to be packing an order, and like I mentioned, I've had a few hiccups with Etsy, and the most recent one is it wouldn't be a YouTube video of mine without our corgi barking in the background, so sorry about him. Anyway, as I was saying, they basically put my account on hold, or they put it on reserve, as they like to call it, because I guess it sounds nicer. But bottom line is they are going to be holding like up to 75% of all my earnings on each order that I get for 45 days, which really sucks. And they didn't really give me a warning about this. They just sent me an email saying it had been put on reserve. And they just did a list of reasons of why it could have been put on reserve. They didn't actually explicitly come out and say why. I kind of figured out which reason was the reason. And it's because I don't offer tracking on my envelopes. And that makes sense to me because I only ship stickers and small prints, at least up till August 1st when I updated my shop to offer larger prints. But even all my sales have been able to fit into an envelope, so all I needed was a stamp to ship them to you guys. And now I'm apparently required to offer tracking regardless, even though it's technically an optional thing on Etsy. At the end of the day, I'm just frustrated that they didn't give me a warning before doing this to my account. They just went and did it, and it just really sucks. So I did contact their support, and of course, the only thing that they suggested I do is purchase their Etsy shipping labels because it's cheaper than the post office, which is true. But yeah, that's the only solution I have to this problem is just to buy Etsy shipping labels. And that's fine, honestly. If I could just, get this reserve removed, I really don't care. I'm okay with staying on Etsy. I'm not like boycotting like everyone else says they are. Because honestly, they do bring traffic to my shop. And that's great because I don't have a huge audience right now. I can't just up and move over to Shopify. So yeah, that's what's going on behind the scenes of my Etsy shop. Anyway, so I am packing this order here, and these little thank you cards that I made earlier in the year did not include my Printy Cat Instagram, so I did have to write it in because I didn't want to waste the old ones that I had already printed out. So if you get one of these, it's going to be just handwritten in. Just excuse that for now. Also, this paper that I'm using here, my printed pattern, I did fold it a bunch of times before this because I was trying to figure out like the best way to fold the paper, and I did have some flaps on the ends that I ended up cutting off because I was worried with the material of the paper that the corners were going to get bent when I was folding, because that did happen with one of the prints when the corners got a little bent as I was folding it in. So just out of caution, I am not wrapping the sides. I will probably try and fix that another time and find a different way of doing it. But for now, it's just going to be wrapped like this. I have to keep reminding myself that I need to sign my prints as well as these little freebies because I forgot to just type my name on the artwork. But yeah, I should be signing the backs of each print, and hopefully I'll remember to do that. I know in some of the past prints that I've sold, I haven't done that, and I'm sorry, but I should be signing the backs. I should probably just take a stack of them and sign them all so I don't forget. That would be a good idea. And there we have it. Thank you guys so much for buying from my shop recently. I also had an increase in orders, which is great. Oddly enough, that's also a reason why they put accounts on hold on Etsy, which I don't know if I should be happy about that or upset. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's the tracking thing, that's why. I wish they would have just come out and explicitly said. Because honestly, yeah, I did get a spike in orders recently because I did a shop update. So obviously that's something to celebrate. But if it is the reason I got my account put on reserve, it's also something to be very sad about. Either way, I'm just going to keep moving on and building my little shop here, and hopefully my audience will grow enough for me to eventually move away from Etsy completely. That's the goal, I guess, for everyone these days, is to get off of Etsy, unfortunately. But if you are just starting out, it's a great place because they do drive some traffic to your shop. And I am grateful for that. And so, yeah. I will stick with Etsy for now. No boycotting here. Do you guys like the black branding, like the black logo versus the pink and reddish orange colors that I was using? I think I like it better. But that just might be the season because Inktober's around the corner and I'm just thinking about black and white because of the ink. I don't know. I like the color, but right now black and white is where it's at for me. So I might feel differently when spring rolls around again about color. But for now, this is my branding. I'm just going to roll with it. I'll probably change my Instagram image to the black and white one very soon. Also, these envelopes are not self-sealed, and before you guys think that I'm out here licking envelopes, I promise you my mother did not raise me like that. She did not raise me to put my saliva on your mail, okay? I take water and I brush it across, and there's no reason for my saliva to touch your mail, okay? For anyone to do that, just stop licking envelopes. And then I would just put a little sticker there. Anyway, guys, that is all I have for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching and seeing me create my freebie and talk a little bit about what's going on with my shop and what I'm going to be doing in Inktober as far as artwork. So if you guys are interested in seeing more of this content on my channel, please consider subscribing. I appreciate it. And if you guys want to check out my shop and order something so you can get a little September calendar freebie, it's going to be linked in the description. Anyway, thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next video.